Hey guys, Zachary here from Amazon, and I'm with James.
Hi.
From Senior Manager of Product Marketing.
Yes.
At Huawei. You do EMUI and also Harmony OS.
Correct.
Since Huawei sort of announced Harmony OS, there's been a lot of rumors and reports that came out. We've done quite a lot of them on Amazon, and I kind of just want to bounce a couple of these things off you to see. You can tell me if they're true or not, or whether it's complete rubbish, and maybe you can elaborate a bit on. First thing first, there's been a lot of names that popped up. Hongming, Arc, Oak, Harmony OS. Are all these things, are they all one and the same?
The only official name for this OS is Harmony OS. So all the other name is not correct. Not correct. Okay. We're not encouraging them to use other names.
Okay. There was also reports that Huawei's own OS is 60% faster than Android and works on Mac OS and runs iOS apps.
First about performance. Harmony OS uses deterministic latency engine, which identifies the priority of the different services and tasks in the apps. So we can ensure that the high priority apps has dedicated resources, which is all the way from chipset level. So this delivers a much better performance. Right now it's about 5 times better than 3 to 5 times better than the industry average. And in terms of what kind of apps it runs, the statement is not correct. It does not run iOS apps. It does not run Android apps. It runs Harmony OS apps. And but we are developing tools so that the developers could port their apps to the Harmony OS app version.
You've talked about creating apps, how easy it is to create apps, right, for multiple devices.
Correct.
But I think the problem with putting this as a commercial product is developing apps across OS. Right? The reason why like iOS is always developed first because it's the widest. So now people have to develop for iOS, develop for Android, develop for Harmony OS. What's your thoughts on that?
First of all, let's ask this question: why today developers need to face different OS? Go back to that question, because today's different devices run on different OS. Every time I talk about Harmony OS, I talk about there must be a foundation. That foundation is all these devices speak the same language. All these devices run on same OS. So that's why the first thing we're trying to make Harmony OS work is Harmony OS should work across devices. If Harmony OS works across devices, and then the user only needs to develop OS for Harmony OS. And because otherwise this issue will always exist. We hope that we'll have this OS. One OS should cover as many devices as possible.
Does that mean Harmony OS should take over the world? One OS, right? You said.
So first of all, I don't think there's any OS will take the world. You always have Windows and Mac. You have Android OS. So it's always good to have varieties. But one of the other things we think important is openness in the future. So that's why we're making we're making Harmony OS open source. So that in the future, that Harmony OS is not just Huawei's OS; it's everybody's OS. You could take Harmony OS and modify and customize and load it on your own device.
So to follow up on that, Harmony OS is a microkernel OS, and you've talked about how you can distribute it to different devices, virtualize different devices. Does that mean that I can, or a developer can use Harmony OS with their own software?
Yeah.
So I don't actually have to
have a full-fledged OS running on your devices.
Okay. Okay, another fun fact. Huawei does not actually have OS replacement for Android. And Harmony is not an OS replacement for Android. Is that true?
We say Harmony OS is not Android replacement. Okay, that's correct. And what Harmony OS is a microkernel-based distributed OS for scenarios. So it's targeted for the future connected world. Okay. And so that's how we position Harmony OS.
But can Harmony OS replace Android if you wanted to on phones?
Okay, so technically speaking, right now for the smartphone, we will be continue using Android for as long as we can. Okay, but for Harmony OS, we'll be making them ready on the smartphone just in case we're not able to use Android anymore, and we're already working on that.
Okay, well, there you have it. So Huawei will still be using, as far as phones are concerned, Android phone and tablets for as long as you can.
Yes.
But Harmony OS is ready to be rolled out if needed.
Yes.
Otherwise, Harmony OS is a sort of ecosystem for future connected world. And there you have it. Okay. James Lu.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for questions. Okay.